8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekly.
All right. Hello, West Virginia. We're back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Friday, February 13th, 2026. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Solango Law Studios. Visit solangolaw.com. Was that breaking glass? What was that?
Is Steve Austin here?
Yeah, pretty much. I was just, I needed to make sure break glass in case of an emergency. It's Friday.
I tell you what,
it feels a little bit like an emergency. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah. Hey, by the way, keep that laughter going.
We really need it.
Yeah, we really need it. Or the sound of like one hand clapping, or two hands actually. There you go. Weather today, pretty nice. I'm finding where all the snow is still hiding, though.
Yeah, there's little pockets.
Little pockets.
And man, that snow is tough snow too.
It's got that. It's black, and ugh. It doesn't even appear to be melting.
Yeah, no,
just evaporates.
It sort of, it does. It just kind of becomes a fixture. I'm well acquainted with this stuff from my time in Michigan. That parking lot snow that gets around like the light fixtures and things like that, the light poles in the middle of the parking lots, and you can slip on it like into June. It just seems to stay there forever. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff just around everywhere.
So today it's 46 degrees.
Okay.
So not bad, right? Not bad. I'm looking for a pretty good weekend.
I think that feels like a pretty normal weather for this kind of year, right? It feels pretty good. It's just regular.
Not bad. You can sort of sense spring. Sort of.
I haven't got that day.
Sort of.
I haven't had that day where you feel it yet in the air. Now, I did see where, the sun, the angle of the sun is becoming more noticeable. It's a little lighter when we leave here at night at 6 o'clock, so you can tell that those things are happening. That day will come when I'm walking down the street and suddenly it's like The Rock. It's like,
oh yeah,
and you just, it's like that spring there over the horizon.
Just that bit of a warm breeze.
Yes,
just briefly.
Exactly. You feel it just for a second.
And then there's birds.
Yep.
And you hear birds.
And then there's the crack of a baseball.
Oh, yeah.
There were some baseball activities over at the park today, man. I about wrecked going by. I don't know if it was UC or I don't know who was over there, but I about wrecked going by there because it was like, whoa, baseball.
Hey, man, Marshall's already played and they've already won.
Nice.
Today, so we'll give you details on that. But 46, I come out here and I always try to associate the degrees with a former professional athlete. And 46 is one of those numbers, Coop. 46,
not a great number.
Lou the Toe Groza,
okay,
great kicker for the Browns. Herm Edwards, Miracle in the Meadowlands. Tim McDonald, just not great. Not great.
One of the ways I knew that, at least to some degree, and this is really dumb, but there is truth to this. When I was really into playing sports games on consoles, I was really more into the simulation aspect of it more than the playing aspect of it, but I would like to create, myself in those cases. And oftentimes, because it was not a number associated with a lot of fame, 46 would be the number that I would choose for myself.
Really?
Yeah, because it was nobody, it couldn't be mistaken for anybody else's number a lot of the time. That's really dumb.
Let me ask you this, Ryan. So, Coop, Ryan was telling me that he was up until 2 a.m. last night.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to play video games. I mean, when you play video games online, do you have a certain persona that you normally take that people recognize? Like, oh, look out. Here comes the blankety blank.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
But wait 1 second before you continue. So, that kind of buries, I thought Ryan maybe went to sleep early last night because as I was sharing some ideas with a new bit with you, I was also running it by, the other folks that might be involved with it. And there was a spirited discussion going all around except from one courier of that disbursement, and
that would
I thought,
be me.
No. You responded and said, "Hey, we'll talk about it later." No, I'm talking about Mr. Ryan over there, and I thought, oh well, he sometimes goes to bed early, so I just convinced myself that maybe he just went to bed early. But now, up till 2 a.m., man, the conversation was well wrapped up by then.
My bad.
Understanding you're not on the clock when you go home.
No,
so
that's okay. You sent me a lot of stuff.
I did like the idea, though.
Thank you.
I did too.
Good.
I did too.
Good.
I just put my phone on charge and went to do some other stuff, and when I came back, man, there was like A lot of stuff.
I had a thought.
You had
I had a thought, and I finally had time to think. I don't have a lot of time to think sometimes.
had a
Last
thought.
night I had time to think, and suddenly all the thinking came up. It was amazing. It was like old times.
Man, I got to tell you, Coop, about 30 minutes ago, I was not happy.
What's
Not
wrong?
happy.
Huh.
I did all my prep for the show today. Show's great today. We should, unless I mess it up, it should be a good show. Got out of the car, reached over to like close the door on the driver's side, and my mug of coffee that I take every single day that that meticulously starts the show with me, kicked it over. Kicked it over, emptied the whole thing. My Tervis, one of my favorite Tervises, rolled underneath the car, so I had to, so there's no more coffee, and I had to do a rescue on the Tervis. And I'm thinking, well, by the time I get out here at 6:15, it could potentially be dark, and I'd have no idea. So if you're gonna save this thing, you got to find it. And I found it, but that's not a good way to start a show.
Yeah, I hate when stuff like that
That's not a
happens.
good way to start a show. Is there any emergency coffee here in the building?
I mean, I have pods.
You got some emergency coffee?
Yeah, I got a
I
got a fancy Keurig in my office, man. You haven't been up there
Oh,
in a
that's
while.
right. You got a personal
Shannon
service up there.
got me the nicest little personal Keurig I've ever seen. It's way
Nice.
better than anything I've ever seen, and I'm kind of a snob on that thing now. That's the only thing I'll
I
brew
would
in.
gladly pay you Tuesday for a
I can hook
Keurig
you up. I
thing
can hook you up.
today.
I got a whole cabinet full of coffee pods up there. I'm still stacked from Christmas.
How many people got that reference? to Wimpy.
To Wimpy, yeah, not very many.
From Popeye.
Did
yeah.
you know it?
Did
you
you
know
catch
it,
that?
Ryan?
I did know that. Right.
Nice.
He knew it, but he just wasn't impressed by it. And
I was impressed.
But
I was
I
a
would
big
gladly
Popeye
pay you
fan.
Tuesday for a hamburger.
Popeye
today.
is literally the reason that I love spinach.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. My grandma got me watching Popeye when I was like 4, 5, 3 years old. I don't know. When I was really young, I loved him. He would crush open the can of spinach and eat it, and Grandma would be like, "Hey, we have a can of spinach." I'd be like, "Let me eat that, Grandma. I
There
want to
you
be
go.
big and strong like Popeye."
Man, think where we were at this time last week. It was the Friday before the Super Bowl. Now, you didn't seem nervous.
Oh, you know me. I'm not.
yeah.
I try not to get too one way or the other.
But
You know,
where would you be? Where would you be now if the Seahawks had lost?
I mean, right here.
Yeah. You don't really look like the kind of person that lets that weigh on you. For
When I was
days.
younger, I was more emotional about the results of games and stuff. But this wasn't anything on purpose, or I can't even really identify why. But at some point in like the last 15 years, 20 years, something like that, I don't know, I've slowly got to the point where, I mean, I'm still fans of all my teams and stuff, but win or lose, like Super Bowl night, I mean, I watched a little bit of the pregame while I was washing dishes, or the postgame, I mean, while I was washing dishes. But when I was done with dishes, I turned the TV off and went to bed. It's not like I stayed up all night reading forums or trying to find videos or anything.
Do you think that people who listen to our show expect us to mirror the feelings they may be having about the success or failure of local teams?
Yes.
You think so, Ryan?
All entertainment nowadays is about affirmation.
I mean, that is a good point. But so by local teams, do you mean broadly like state teams like West Virginia Marshall or whatever? Or do you mean like Sissonville or Morgantown?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to – I hope that the U.S. women's hockey team wins this game against Italy that's going on right now. But if they don't, I'll be like, oh, darn.
So by local, you mean like national?
Well,
like,
I'll be like that meme that's like, oh, no. Oh, well, that kind of thing. I'll be on to the next
But there's other people that would be more upset, you mean?
Yeah.
And do they expect for other people? I don't know, man. I think that generally people understand that there's a spectrum of fandom, right? I mean, you can be rooting for someone without it being like the most important thing in the world for you.
But you can turn on a game, and when you will hear a play-by-play announcer, you can tell by the tone of their voice how the game is going before they give the score.
Yeah, usually.
The late Don Cook was amazing at that.
Yeah, Don was great.
Yeah,
Don had such an emotive way to.
But I don't know, but play-by-play is one thing. A show like this is a little bit different, right? I mean, I kind of feel like, don't we have a responsibility? I mean, I dropped my coffee, right?
And you're still up.
I dropped my coffee, but I mean, I still have to carry on like we have a good show, and there are people out there listening to us, and there's one guy clapping.
Congratulations!
Congratulations on all your success. One quick baseball thing. We're going to start weaving a little more baseball into the conversation.
Oh, brother.
So, the ABS system.
Oh, yes.
ABS.
Yes, automatic braking system, yes.
Automatic balls and strikes. Couple of things. Two things. Number one, do you feel that the players who are taking part in the World Baseball Classic, the catchers who are taking part in the World Baseball Classic, are going to be at a disadvantage because they will not be participating in the implementation of the ABS system in spring training? That's one question about this. Do you believe that?
I believe there may be some effect, but I don't know that it's one that you could quantify. And these are professional athletes that have been behind the plate for a long time, generally speaking, that play at the highest level. I would trust them to adapt. I mean, minor league catchers have adapted. Catchers at other levels have adapted. The catchers at the highest level that you can play at are going to be fine, even if they're a little behind.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Those guys who are playing in the World Baseball Classic, those are usually very good players.
Yeah.
And they should be able to adapt.
That's what I think.
And they had some experience with this last year in spring training. Remember, the ABS system is going into effect this year for all major league
these aren't children.
Regular season games.
They figure these are professionals, man. They got it. They'll figure it out.
Here's the other ABS question I have for you. One of the little tweaks that's in this system now is that if once you get to extra innings, you're going to be given one more challenge. Okay, so for example, if a game goes to the 10th inning, you will get an ABS challenge, even if you've exhausted the ones that you have for the first 9 innings.
Are challenges like other replays? You get to keep them if you're right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And for every inning, you will get one challenge. So, for example, if you are in the 10th inning and you use your challenge and it's denied, if the game goes to the 11th inning, you will get another one. Do you think this is now going to be part of like every game that we play, that the team that is losing will somehow burn their ABS challenge? I mean, for example,
why wouldn't you, for one thing?
Well, that's exactly right.
I mean, if it's the called third strike, you're going to burn it no matter what.
That's exactly right. So don't you think this is going to be something that we're going to be experiencing every time we go to an extra inning game, where if the game ends on a strikeout and you have not used your ABS challenge, you will use that on the final pitch of the game?
I think so. From what I've seen, it shouldn't be much of a disruption because these decisions are almost microseconds. It seems like that they don't take very long. It's not like the delay under the hood or anything like that on an instant replay situation. But I think you're absolutely right on that. I think it's going to be used. Well, I mean, it just would. I mean, at this point, it would just make sense, right? If you have one left, even if it's a groove down the middle of the plate that your guy just watches and everybody in the stadium knows it, you're probably going to be like, hey, check it.
Got to check it.
You never know. Maybe it was an optical illusion. You never know, right? Yeah. I mean, you're going to check it.
So we're still talking about baseball, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the ABS system, automatic ball. Well, the automated balls and strike system.
Because from an outside perspective, this doesn't seem very baseball-y. Because it's like
that is true.
If you get this amount of challenges, and if you reach the 10th inning, you get another one, and there's a 1 in 4 chance that you get $20.
This is sort of where the league is coming to, though, and this is what's kind of, we've had this discussion before. Sometimes I kind of wish we could just get rid of it all. All the instant replay, everything else, go back to human decisions and just get rid of all of it.
This is baseball.
But there's no ever going back to that now, though.
Yeah,
but is there? Couldn't we just do that for maybe like a weekend?
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Just a weekend. Just a weekend.
It'd be nice to not have any of that.
This is baseball, not Balatro. Just choose Just determine it based on who's the better team.
Like you're like me, Dave. You've read tons of baseball books, baseball history and things like that. What genesis of how many great on-field stories come from arguing balls and strikes?
Oh, no question.
Or arguing a safe or out call or something like that. I'm not saying you want to see fights break out all the time, but there are legendary stories that start from that perspective. Those vanish now. There's no such thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do it anymore.
Well, how about the value of a catcher who is like, hey, man, that guy's a great pitch framer.
Right. Yeah,
so what?
I mean, it still works. It'll still work some,
sort of.
But still on a crucial third strike or something along those lines, a guy that was a great pitch framer for a certain knuckleballer or whatever, now suddenly it's not going to be as effective if it was, somebody that was skilled at bringing a ball inside to be a strike. Now, you might call that fair. Like, well, if it was a ball, it was a ball. But isn't the skill of the catcher also part of the game in selling that?
How about this? What if the NFL had like week 8 was suddenly, week 13? Week 13.
Ooh, was the instant replay weekend?
Was like throwback weekend.
Oh my gosh,
so you'd have like one game where whatever the ref ruled, That's the way we roll.
I love it.
And then you'd be home watching the game, and you'd see an absolutely terrible call, and you'd just be laughing, right? You'd just be laughing because, like, I can't wait till we get the computers back or whatever.
Maybe that would even help sell, for anybody that was still like, I hate instant replay or whatever. Maybe it would help us sell, oh, this is how terrible it used to be. But I don't know, man. I kind of miss the human element in some of these games.
Yeah, I enjoy it when, like, people get super mad in the stands and they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, when you're yelling at the umpire, now that it's computerized, it's not nearly as much fun. Is there any sort of similar thing in video games? Does that ever happen? Like, hey, I did this. No, you didn't. Blah blah blah. Does that ever happen? Where let's take it to the next level.
The only thing I can think of is in speed running. There is this. There's what's called a tool assisted speed run, where you basically get a computer and it's like, all right, every frame of action in this game, I would need you to input this command, and you basically break the game in half. And these are movements that aren't capable on human hands.
The thing that really gets me about when we start going down like the replay path and like what all we're doing replay for, it's kind of like how time is infinitely divisible. Like if you have a second, you divide it in half, you have 2 half seconds, right? Well, you can divide those as well, and you can continue, and you can do it infinitely. Time is infinite in that matter, and it feels like we're sort of going down that rabbit hole with how perfect we expect games to be. And
humans aren't perfect.
That's what I mean. It's like they don't have to be perfect. And in fact, I think that part of my bitterness comes from the fact that I know that the reason that this is so prevalent now is because of gambling.
Oh, by the way, we Jeff Jenkins just joined us. Jeff, we're playing with our sound effects. We're working some new ones into the show. Could you give Jeff?
Well, he's not wearing headphones.
Oh, he's not wearing headphones.
We can still give him an appropriate applause, which is a little bigger than yours.
Yeah, and understandably so. Wait a minute, he's getting into headphones.
I should have got him for
like
him.
A professional broadcaster.
But do you understand what I mean? The reason that the accuracy is so required now in professional sports is because of all the gambling.
Oh yeah, that's exactly.
That's
right.
Almost 100% the reason for all of this is because you got to make sure the books are straight so you can pay out right. And frankly, I wish it would all go away. The gambling, the instant replay, everything. Let's just get back to playing the game, man.
Hey, speaking of playing the game, we're gonna play buy or sell at 4:00. You ready to go with your topic, Ryan?
Yes.
What about you, Coop? You got your topic?
Done. Yeah, I had mine done earlier in the week. I ran across something I thought would be perfect. So yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Jeff Jenkins has got his headphones on now. So
good job, Jeff.
We can march on.
Thanks, Coop. There you go.
We can march on with our news update. What's happening, Jeff? What's going on?
Well, it's a really busy day at the website, WVMetroNews.com. We got some tough economic news. 530 jobs being eliminated in the southern coalfields of West Virginia. So Greenbrier Minerals announced today that these aren't just layoffs, Dave. These are eliminations. They are closing down 7 mining operations, basically in the greater Buffalo Creek area of Logan County. And they're blaming this on market conditions. So you can read about that at WVMetroNews.com. Basically, at the same time that was happening, the House of Delegates passed a bill today, and other states have this. They call it here the Small Business Growth Act. It'll allow investors to invest in the small businesses, and there's some tax credits available.
Okay.
And so it kind of, there's like a gap right now. So sometimes if you're so small, you have a tough time getting funding. And so this will kind of help with that. It kind of sets up a process. You can read about that at the website. There's been a murder in Shepherdstown at an apartment complex there near the Shepherd campus. And that happened this morning, a shooting death. A 19-year-old was shot and killed. So we have that story at the website too. And several other things happening. Black Diamond Power, which has been in the news over the last year. It's a small power company in about 5 counties. They announced today that they are in negotiations to be purchased by Appalachian Power Company. So we've got those stories, a lot more at the website. And you've got the USA against Italy.
Yeah,
here,
this
right?
is the quarterfinals of women's hockey.
Yeah.
Our women's hockey team's only allowed 1 goal so far in this season. They've been unbelievable. In the last game, they blitzed Canada 5-0.
Playing the home team here.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
We'll take a break. Back with more in a minute.
Hi, I'm Matt Bainbridge. I'm a principal with CEC and the survey practice lead in West Virginia. My journey with CEC started as a staff consultant in 2014. From surveys to well pad design, CEC has nurtured my growth. In 2015, they empowered me to build a remote sensing group, providing the resources to get the job done. The best part is with CEC's support, my career and retirement plans are secure. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Discover the WVRC Media app, your gateway to pristine audio for every WVRC radio station across West Virginia. Download it for free from the Apple or Play stores and enjoy the best music, talk, and local news from Beckley to Morgantown, Charleston to Martinsburg. Our stations are locally programmed, delivering the finest music and robust local news and sports coverage. Experience West Virginia radio like never before. The WVRC Media app. We're proud to live here, too.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
My husband and I were ready to sell our home of 25 years, so we got it appraised. We thought we knew what to expect, but when our home appraisal came back, we felt robbed. Compared to a similar home right around the corner, our appraisal was $80,000 less. That's a big difference. It was the same type of home in the same neighborhood in the same condition and age.
A recent study found that Latino and Black homeowners are about twice as likely as white homeowners to get low appraisals. For example, one Black homeowner received an appraisal more than double the original after removing family photos, Black art, and books from her home. If you believe your home has been unfairly appraised because of race or national origin, that could violate the Fair Housing Act. Contact HUD at hud.gov/fairhousing. That's hud.gov/fairhousing. Everyone has a right to fair housing. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
I shot him. He ran over to the edge of the field.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. A 19-year-old man is dead following a fatal shooting in Shepherdstown. Police say Evan Taylor was fatally shot at University Heights Apartments at around 3:30 this morning. A man identified as 25-year-old Travis Smith was found in a nearby parking lot. He had a gun on him. Smith is in jail charged with murder. No word yet on a motive. State police say 2 people are jailed after a Thursday night shooting in Randolph County. Troopers say 37-year-old Derek Arbogast shot his brother, 31-year-old Brett Arbogast, during an argument in the community of Montrose. Troopers have also charged 62-year-old Larry Talkington in connection with the shooting. The younger Arbogast was flown to Morgantown's Ruby Memorial Hospital and remains there being treated for his injuries. 530 southern West Virginia coal miners learning today that they are losing their jobs. Greenbrier Minerals has announced it's shutting down 7 operations, most of them in Logan County, because of poor market conditions. The job eliminations will take place by April 14th. Read more at WVMetronews.com. The House of Delegates says it's trying to help small businesses. Delegates passing a bill today that will allow private investment into those businesses that have fewer than 250 workers. Investors will be able to take advantage of tax credits. Read more about the bill from Brad McElhaney, our statewide correspondent at WVMetroNews.com. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
You may have seen the video where an independent journalist is interviewing former WVU President Gordon Gee in Columbus when an Ohio State faculty member attacks the reporter. The reporter's attorney, Rocky Ratcliffe, says his client is suffering.
He's got some neck and facial kind of injuries and kind of a shocking instance like being hit in a car accident, a little whiplash action there. And then
Ratcliffe says they're planning a lawsuit against Ohio State. Gee was not injured. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Ask yourself what you will miss more, your children or cigarettes. As long as I can remember, my mother smoked. She died from lung cancer when I was 16. I could not take the chance of continuing smoking and not being here for my daughter. I know how much I needed my mom still, and I didn't realize it until I had lost her.
You're not just quitting for yourself. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going to happen today. We're going to reset our question of the day. Well, actually, we're going to set our question of the day here in a minute. Then we'll have the sound of sports. We will have the follow-up file. And, man, there is some good stuff in there today. We'll do that before we hit the top of the hour. Top of the 4, we will play buy or sell. The entertainment report at 4:25, 4:33. Coop, did you see where Pat Strader is not on the show today? No Beer Friday today. What's he got too many vacation days piled up?
I think he's got something going on.
Yeah.
But he did send us some beer information.
Yeah. Also at 4:30, we're going to check in with Mike Lipton at 4:30 to give us the details on the memorial for Danny Boyd, the local artist. That's going to be tomorrow here in Charleston. So we'll get the details on that. That'll be at 4:33. 5 o'clock, we'll have Brad Howe, I'm assuming live from Orlando, where WVU is going to take on UCF in a big basketball game for the Mountaineers tomorrow. Important game for West Virginia, important game for USF. Going to tip tomorrow in Orlando at 6 o'clock, so we'll check in with Brad at the top of the 5. We'll play in or out. 5:33. Oh, Aristotle Jones is out today. Coos Walker's coming back.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll check in with Coos. That'll be at 5:33. Nice. That's always good. Then Jeff Jenkins was just on the show a couple of minutes ago. He'll be back with an update on what's going on at the West Virginia legislature with the Capitol report. That'll be at 5:40. And then more of your responses to our question of the day. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Let's see. USA just scored a goal. USA just scored a goal in women's hockey. Now leads Italy 1-0. 6.5 minutes to go. First period. This is the quarterfinal game. So USA women, I mean, they are showing out in this tournament, doing very well. Tom Hunter just sent me a note, Coop. We were talking about the number 46. There aren't any.
There was more?
Well, he mentioned Jim Maloney. of
that's
the
nice.
Reds,
Okay,
number
sure.
46. And that's a pretty good call. Two things. I follow Tom on Facebook, and do you follow him on Facebook? Because if you do, you got a little bit of a peek of his man cave. I mean, it is next level. We did a question of the day a few months ago about how man caves as a thing are starting to go away.
Right.
Man, his is next level.
Nice.
It is really, really great. And, of course, Jim Maloney was a pitcher for the Reds, a hard thrower. I guess his best year was 1965. He won 20 games that year. Had 2 no-hitters that season, and they're both significant. The first one was against the Mets, where he struck out 18. The game went to extra innings, and the Mets won the game on a home run 1-0. The second no-hitter for Maloney that season was at Wrigley Field, where he beat the Cubs. I think it was in game 1 of a doubleheader, and he walked 10. Walked 10 guys. Okay? That game also went to the 10th inning, but the Reds won that game. So pretty significant. So there are some significant 46s.
There's a few, just not as many.
And Jim Maloney is one.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I appreciate the fact he helped me out with that. By the way, we do get that occasionally where we'll talk about famous athletes and their numbers and the degree of temperature when we begin the show, and I'm all for it. You got somebody, and I've got the master list of like WVU players and Marshall players, so we check those too. But Jim Maloney, 46.
Very nice.
Jim Maloney, 46.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Question of the day. Oh, okay. So last weekend, Super Bowl 60 was the official end of the football season. And you can pretty much put a cap on it. Football season is over for a while. So what's the plan for this weekend? What is the plan for this weekend? And specifically, what is the plan for Sunday? So here is our question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What will you be more interested in watching on Sunday? Here are your choices. The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or more of the Winter Olympics. What's the plan for Sunday? What are you more interested in watching on Sunday? The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or the Winter Olympics? And we've already got some pretty interesting responses to that. By the way, just another quick reminder, if you're new to the show, if you follow me on X, you get the question of the day about 90 minutes before the show begins. You can think about your answer. We already have a bunch of responses. So send those in. What are you more interested in on Sunday? The Great American Race, the NBA All-Star Game from LA, or the Winter Olympics in Italy? I look forward to getting your responses. All right, let's get into the sound of sports. We'll start with NASCAR. The season begins on Sunday with the Great American Race. It'll be a full house. NASCAR officials announced earlier this week the race is completely sold out again. More than 100,000 racing fans expected to be there. Last night in the first of the Daytona Twin races to fill up the field behind the front row, Joey Logano won his 4th America 250 Florida duel of his career to secure a 3rd place starting spot on Sunday.
All he wants to do is get into this race, but that top lane is surging.
Well, they're also together. Look at the chain. I talk about this all the time. Links in the chain.
Oh, crash!
And it's LaJoy. And he hits hard up into the turn 3 wall. Oh, no. Where's Chandler Smith? Here he comes back there in the back. You can see him.
Good flag here.
Caution is out.
Yeah. Nice job, guys.
Logano to the flag under the caution. Joey Logano. Ryan Blaney.
All right, so here's Logano on winning the first of the 2 dual races last night at Daytona.
The way it's supposed to, and just got a great team around me. I got a great Ford Mustang, and it's great to see this yellow and red Ford Mustang back in victory lane. It's a lot of partners have been sticking with us for a long period of time, and have them back at the shop. It's a great place to start the season here.
All right, in the second duel that ran caution-free, Chase Elliott took control of the race on lap 53 of the 60 and held off everybody else to win his 3rd 150-mile qualifying race and earned the 4th starting position for Sunday's Daytona.
Got back in line. Off turn 4 for the final time. Move from Larson to the inside. Chase Elliott.
Stay up.
Now it's a 3-time dual winner for crew chief Alan Gustafson, who grew up here in Daytona Beach.
And here is Chase Elliott on his win in the second duel at Daytona last night.
You have to, kind of learn to take it a day at a time. But look, great way to start, this speed week for our team. Really proud of all the effort
everybody at Hendrick Motorsports, the boss, from top to bottom. Their commitment and will to win is pretty darn high. So proud to be a part of their team, and good night. Looking forward to Sunday.
Men's college hoops, WVU big game tomorrow night at UCF. It's the first of 4 remaining Quad 1 games for the Mountaineers, who are fighting to get into the conversation for the NCAA tournament. WVU's Ross Hodge says stopping the Knights' Themis Folks will be a big key on Saturday.
Like most teams, they're good at home. Again, to me, it starts with Folks. He's probably been as impactful as any player has been in the Big 12 this year. Those freshmen get a lot of attention, as they should. They're special players, but just as it pertains to the impact that one player has had on their team and the impact on winning, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody that's having a more impactful year than Folks is.
Folks ranks second in the Big 12, accounting for nearly 36% of UCF's scoring. He's one of 2 Big 12 players with at least 5 games of 10 or more assists. WVU at UCF tips tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on FS1. Women's college basketball last night. In Huntington, the Herd led wire-to-wire, knocking off Georgia State 71-56. Meredith Mayer stayed hot, 18 points, 7 rebounds, including 5 of 7 from beyond the arc.
For one on Abasui, just playing real tough physical defense. 5 on the shot clock now. Mayer 3, trying to beat the shot clock. Killed it. Mayer's got 14 on 4 threes.
The Herd improves to 21-6 overall, 11-3 in Sunbelt play. The 21 wins ties for the 3rd most victories in a single season in Marshall women's basketball history. Here's Herd coach Julie Folks on the victory over Georgia State last night.
Overall, we got some stops when we needed it. We rebounded the ball unbelievably well in the first half, and so that was really good. We came up with a lot of boards. And I thought once it got tight, Meredith hit a couple big threes that kind of helped stretch it out, which was good. But overall, I thought it was a decent effort, and we needed to get that game. There was no way around that.
The college baseball season began today across the country, while in the major leagues, spring training's underway. Pitchers and catchers have already reported. Position players will have their first official workouts this weekend. In Bradenton, the Pirates have been busy in the offseason adding offense. Reigning Cy Young Award winner Paul Skeens had these goals for the upcoming season.
Make the playoffs. I think that's a good one. Individually, team-wise, that's the one. Individually, there's a lot of the stats that are on a baseball card are kind of speak for themselves, but there are a lot of underlying stats that you can look at. And then once you look at those, I've had 4 or 5 months now to look at them, and it makes it pretty clear what you have to do once you do that.
The Bucs spring training opener is a week from tomorrow against the Orioles in Florida. And finally, from the NBA last night in L.A., the Lakers' LeBron James became the oldest player in NBA history to post a triple-double, 28 points, a dozen assists, 10 rebounds in the Lakers' 124-104 victory over the Mavs in the last game before this weekend's All-Star break.
Dallas has turned it over 3 times in the early going. LeBron. 5 on 4, Williams slow to get up. James is going to hoist and hit a 3.
At 41 years and 44 days old, James broke the old record held by Karl Malone. Bron is now heading to the All-Star game this weekend after being selected for the 22nd time. All right, we'll take a quick break here, and when we come back, it'll be time for the follow-up file. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
After my wife died, I fell.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Calva Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
Cooper, we're going to have a retraction segment. And we're going to have to add a retraction segment.
Somebody called me out for calling Tom infinitely divisible.
Okay.
And it's complicated. It's for all intents and purposes it is. And this is actually something that I know a little bit about. Planck time is the end of time, but it's so for my point, saying that it was infinitely divisible was a good enough.
I'm all for this debate on our show.
I mean, I'll retract it to a degree because technically Planck time is the end, but I mean, I knew what I was saying to make the point.
The follow-up file. Time for the follow-up file. When we started our question of the day segment, we originally wanted to read all the responses, but we started getting too many to do that. Some would come in late or even after the show was over. We couldn't find a way to get that stuff into the show until now with the follow-up file. Yesterday's question of the day, we were talking about West Virginia's got more NASCAR fans per capita than any other state. The question was, have you ever been to a NASCAR race? Have you ever met a NASCAR driver? Organized Chaos on X. Dave, I've been to the Coca-Cola 600 in Darlington. I got the worst sunburn of my life at Darlington. Met Mark Martin when he was sponsored by Viagra. Huge fan when I was a teenager. 724-970. Dave, this didn't happen to me, but years ago I worked at a Chevy dealership in the parts room. One of the mechanics went to the race and was in the campground when Dale Earnhardt was walking around. He asked him if he would sign the dashboard of his Lumina. The mechanic had a black Lumina with a tan dash. He already had a frame over the signature and a shade to protect it from the sun. The other guys were just amazed that he got Dale to do that.
Why are the NASCAR stories so good?
Wow, they're so good, man.
So good.
681-900. Dave, never met a driver. Been to Dover, Richmond, and Martinsville. I was at Martinsville the year part of the track came up and went into Jeff Gordon's radiator. NASCAR broke the rules and let Gordon work on his car during the black flag. Okay, I remember this race. And he's a little bit wrong on the facts on this, okay? That race was in 2004. Rusty Wallace won the race. Gordon finished 6th. That was not a black flag stop. That was a red flag stop. So you couldn't work on your car during that stop. He did not get a chance to work on his car during that stop. Gordon actually got into the pits and lost track position. But he did finish 6th. He was in the top 10. But anyway, thanks for sending that in. I love your NASCAR stories. Here's Todd on X. Dave, never met a driver, but I've been to races at Darlington and Pocono. Used to watch a lot of races, but not as much anymore. Let's see. But Andy Smith on X. Dave, is NASCAR still a sport? Hey, don't even start. Don't even start. Don't even start that stuff with me. We had a question of the day earlier this week. Who are some of the sharpest people in sports? Players, coaches, front office, etc., and why? 304-951. Dave, what about Roger Staubach? He's one of the richest ex-football players. He made all of his money in real estate. Yeah, that's true. The Staubach Company was really a thing. He sold that around 20 years ago for more than $600 million. Roger the Dodger did okay with that. 301-221. Hey, Dave, the Harbaugh family, they're the smartest. Just ask them. That's Todd from Hedgesville. How you doing, Todd? That's good stuff. That is funny. 34% of car owners feel embarrassed about their vehicle's interior state. The question of the day is there something in your car right now that shouldn't be there? Do you judge people by the way they keep their car? Jennings said, Dave, I got my brush and scraper. I've been using it the last few weeks. No judging, because I know sometimes we keep our vehicles a mess because of a variety of factors. Bananas for WV. Yes, with the weather being so bad lately, I've been driving around with winter boots. My vehicle needs a bath, but I'm going to wait until Saturday storms roll through to wash it. Organized chaos. Dave, absolutely. I have the most random stuff in my car, but I also have 2 kids that play soccer year-round. We spend a lot of time in the car, and no, I don't judge people because my car is usually a mess, and it looks like we could be living out of it. Hey, man, at least you're honest. I really like that. Question about the Super Bowl. What'd you think of it? We had that question on Monday. What'd you think about the Super Bowl? What'd you think about the Super Bowl commercials? Which ones worked and which ones did not? 304-669. Hey, Dave. For years and years and years, world championships were won by defense over the last 2 decades. All the rule changes have made the offenses better and penalized the defenses. I was glad to see 2 great defenses in the Super Bowl. I disagree with you. Hey, I'm all for that. Coop, did you write that?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some of us out there.
I'm going to need receipts on that. 304-552. Hey, Dave, please ask Carl Lee how good he thinks New England Patriots defensive back Christian Gonzalez is. He probably saved 2 touchdowns in that game. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely. You know what? If Gonzalez doesn't knock that one touchdown pass away from Smith and Jigba, Darnold probably gets the MVP.
Yeah,
probably does get the MVP. Talking about defensive-minded games. 304-517. Hey, Dave. I watched a high school game, Doddridge County versus maybe Valley Wetzel. Thought it was great. The final score was 2-0. Doddridge won on a safety. It was a defensive-minded game. Yeah, it certainly was. We had a lot of great miscellaneous comments this week. Coop, remember when we were talking about Red Baron Pizza in and around a couple of days ago? 304-680. Hey, Dave, I'm with you on the Tombstone Pizza. I get 4 cheese, add toppings, and more cheese and seasonings. Don't care much for the Red Baron or any other frozen pizza, except for Newman's Own. That's from Body Shop Jim. Body Shop Jim, where have you been, boy?
Where have you been? Now if just Alvin the Avocado would make a comeback.
That is so good. Let's see. And I love this one. 304-261. Dave, you're putting Cincinnati basketball highlights in the Sound of Sports. Come on, man. Okay, a couple of things about that. Number one, it was the Cincinnati game after they had played WVU.
And he referenced WVU in the interview.
And Wes Miller, the embattled Wes Miller, the UC coach, mentioned WVU in the comments.
Right.
And they beat UCF, who was playing West Virginia next. That was the reason we did that. Coop, we got people calling on our stuff.
I saw that, and I was like, I bet Dave takes this up in the fall. Because I was going to respond and be like, hey, it was all West Virginia related. I was like, Dave has this. He's got it.
I got it handled. All right, we'll take a break. We're back to wrap the hour in a moment.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salando Law, will return right after these messages.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
It's 2 hours of sports conversation to wrap up your weekend. It's the CityNet Sunday Night Sports Line. Hey, this is Travis Jones. Join myself and Greg Hunter every Sunday night from 6:06 until 8 o'clock as we wrap up the sports weekend. We talk Mountaineers, high school, Mountain East Conference, and the latest in the national scene. The Sunday Sports Line is listener interactive. You can call or text the show at 304-TALK-304. It's a perfect weekend sports wrap-up on your favorite Metro News affiliate, or watch the show at WVMetroNews.com.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. More than just a walk. Moving Day is a fun experience that unites the community in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's doesn't stop, and neither will we. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register for an event in your area at movingdaywalk.org. That's movingdaywalk.org.
There is an old saying, the only true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing. But when it comes to COPD, knowing the signs can mean the difference between life and death. COPD is a chronic lung disease that may be caused by genetics, frequent lung infections, or irritants like smoke, fumes, dust, or chemicals. The most common cause of COPD is cigarette smoke, but anyone can get COPD. Despite being the third leading cause of death worldwide, millions of people have COPD symptoms but still go undiagnosed. Wisdom might come with aging, but symptoms like shortness of breath, tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing shouldn't. If you find yourself struggling to keep up with other people your age, or if you get short of breath walking up the stairs, it's time to talk to your doctor. COPD does not yet have a cure, but it is treatable. Early diagnosis and proper care can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, visit copdfoundation.org.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where first-hand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
All right, we'll take a quick break here for news at the top of the hour. Come back with hour number 2 in a moment. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, where we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this. I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore. I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian who...
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could...
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably... Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could like live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no-politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, how do you do? Metro News Hotline, keeping you company here in West Virginia every weekday afternoon on the Metro News Radio Network right up until 6 o'clock. Hey, wherever you're listening to the show today, inside the state or beyond the borders, or trying to get a read on what's going on back home, we hope you're having a good day. We're doing okay here in Charleston at our flagship 580 WCHS. Thanks for asking, by the way. We've got a lot of stuff to get into in this particular hour. We'll take a break and look at the financial markets. We do that every day at the top of the 4. Reset our question of the day. It's about how you plan on handling Sunday, the first weekend after the NFL season is over. What are your viewing choices? We'll get into that in a minute. Oh, it's Friday at 4 o'clock. That means we'll play buy or sell. So all of our contestants/victims are online, ready to go. A little bit later on in the half hour, we will get into the entertainment report. 4:33, Pat Strader is out today. No official Beer Friday. We'll still talk a little bit about beer. Also, we'll check in with Mike Lipton at the bottom of the hour, get the details on the memorial for Danny Boyd, local filmmaker. That's going to be going on tomorrow here in Charleston. We'll give you the details on that. That'll be at 4:33. Later on in the hour, we'll open up the On the State file, the 5 things to know at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock's got Brad Howe on the Mountaineers, in or out. 5:33, Coos Walker's going to reappear on the show. It's been a while since I've had Coos on. Coop, have we had him on since the basketball season started? I don't know if we have.
I don't think so. Not since
yeah,
basketball
so
season,
we'll get Coos in here. That'll be at 5:33. Also at 5:40, we'll get the Capitol Report from Jeff Jenkins, and then more of your responses to our question of the day. Also, WVU Baseball opens the season at Georgia Southern at 6:30 tonight. Marshall Baseball's already won. They played in Kennesaw, Georgia today. They beat Evansville 5-2, and Herd Softball this afternoon taking on the number 5 team in the country, the Florida Gators. We'll get you updated on that, and we're keeping our eyes on what's going on with the Winter Olympics. All right, here's what's up with the market today. The Dow bouncing back just a little bit. The Dow was up almost 49 points. That's 0.1%. Still under 50K at 49,500. S&P 500 was flat today, up but only 3.5 points. 68.36 at the close. NASDAQ was down 0.25%, lost 50 points today. 22,546 at the end of today's session on Wall Street. Among stocks of local interest to West Virginia that were big percentage gainers or losers, American Electric Power's had a couple of good days in a row. Up 2.5% today, gained $3.12, $129.55 at the close today. DuPont was up 1.5%, tacked on 70 cents, $50.13 at the end of today's session. Kroger up 1.6%, tacked on $1.14, $70.93 per share. In the energy space today, oil relatively quiet, down 0.5%, lost 30 cents, 62.54 WTI on the NYMEX at the close today. And natural gas unchanged at the moment, currently selling for $3.22 per unit. Of course, that's just a snapshot. You can trade natural gas 23 out of the 24 hours of the day. We'll get a break here in about 50 minutes, but then they'll be right back to trading at 6 o'clock Eastern time. And a Bitcoin. Bitcoin bounced back today a little bit. It's been a rough week for Bitcoin, but today it was up 5.2%, added almost $3,500 at $69,900 per coin. Let's take a quick peek at our question of the day. Question of the day. So, football season officially over after Super Bowl 60 last weekend, so no real football to speak of this weekend. But I want to talk about Sunday. Question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What will you be more interested in watching on Sunday? The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or the Winter Olympics from Italy? What will you be more interested in watching on Sunday? The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or the Winter Olympics on Sunday? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. Tweet me, I'm at Weekley, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's. WEEKLEY. And here's an interesting note. Let's see. I'll get this in here before we play buy or sell. 304-685. Dave, on Sunday I'll be watching WVU Baseball. Oh, no, you will not. There's been a change in the schedule. WVU was scheduled to play Georgia Southern on Sunday. Because of weather implications, they'll play 2 on Saturday. So they got a game tonight at 6:30 and a doubleheader tomorrow. So if you're planning on watching WVU Baseball on Sunday, you're going to have to rework your plan. Going to have to rework that old plan.
Bummer.
All right. Are we ready to play some buy or sell?
Suppose so.
Well, that normally means the Mose Allison kicks in. Oh, there it is. That feels good. Mose Allison. So here we go. Buy or sell. We were thinking every Thursday when Amy Smith comes on the show to talk about the financial markets, why don't Coop and I do a segment where we use the same idea for sports, music, pop culture, and more. That's what we're doing today. So let's get started with buy or sell. I'm here. Coop's here. Matt Guitar Murphy. Ryan's here as well. Matt, why don't you start? You don't get a chance to start off. And what do you got?
All right. So you guys probably have seen the injury that Lindsey Vonn dealt with the skiing. I don't know if you've seen some of the gnarlier photos that are floating around on the internet.
I heard it.
Her leg is it's pretty gross. She got the halo thing holding it all together. It's pretty gruesome. 41 years old, which I think is a bold age to resurrect and try to continue your Olympic skiing career, because she retired in 2019, also due to injuries. Very injury-prone career. But it got me thinking about 40-something athletes, and particularly the ones that have been very successful. Tom Brady, for example, won the Super Bowl at age 43. At age 44, still led the league in passing yards and touchdowns. Jerry Rice, at 40, had a 1,200-yard season. LeBron James is 40, still considered one of the best NBA players. Nolan Ryan in baseball, 42, he struck out 301 batters. At 44, threw a new no-hitter. Who at 44 could throw a no-hitter? That's crazy. Even boxers, some of the big fights in their 40s and later, Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, etc., etc. So, guys, professional athletes in their 40s that are still successful, buy or sell, it's more about experience than luck.
I want to agree with that.
Yeah?
I would agree with that. I thought you were leading up to, should Lindsey Vonn continue her career?
I think we all know the answer to that.
And we're seeing today that she is going to have her 4th surgery after this injury.
Oh, my
brutal.
Gracious.
Brutal. Yeah, just awful. You know what? I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah?
I mean, look at Foreman. When Foreman won the heavyweight title, it was like, what are we watching here? How's this even happening?
There is something to be said of all the examples given with Foreman. As great as his run was, man, he came along at the exact right time for the heavyweight division as well. It was not the most stacked heavyweight division throughout his run as a heavyweight champion, but he was in his 40s, man. I mean, it's an incredible run that he made. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously. I mean, by experience, that's just skills gained over time, right? So, I think that's absolutely true. I mean, I don't think Tom Brady probably had as much zip on the ball at 42 years old as he had when he was in his 20s or 30s even. But
did he need it, though?
But the fact that he's seen every defense there is and knew where to throw the ball and had a relationship with his receivers and stuff like that, that counts for something. Yeah,
he also, look at the time he spent, getting elite training.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
And he's really crazy about nutrition and all those types of things. He wasn't the normal 40-year-old guy when he was winning that Super Bowl with the Bucs.
Yeah, and what nutritionists and doctors and stuff will tell you is you can't stop aging, but what you can do is have yourself in such condition as when you run into the problems of aging, your recovery and your adaptation to them are quicker. So yeah, I think I think that's exactly what he was able to do.
Yeah, we're also missing the big man, Tiger Woods, too.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
so yeah, I'll buy.
All right, Ryan, what do you got?
All right, Dave. When you picture an ant colony, how big do you think it is? What would you say the average size of an ant colony is?
The ant colony. Okay, when do I see an ant colony? So I'm going to say if I'm out at the beach and I see an ant colony, it's probably 2 feet wide.
Okay.
2 feet wide.
So there's an ant colony on the West Coast. It's called the Very Large Colony. It's a colony of Argentine ants, and it spans 560 miles from San Diego to San Francisco, and consists of about 1 trillion individual ants.
It's also called My Yard, I think.
Yeah.
But the reason it got so big is because Argentine ants will not attack each other. It's not in their genetic behavior. Other ants have some sort of competition built in them, but not Argentine ants. They're like, are you another Argentine ant? Yes. Then I won't attack you. Of course, they attack other species.
Papers?
But now, the size of it isn't the crazy part. The crazy part is that right now they are currently at war with 3 other super colonies on the West Coast. So that means these ants, not only are they practicing warfare, but they have logistics too. They have ant supply lines to keep fresh ant troopers to the front lines where they battle nearly every day. They recorded like millions of ant deaths per month in these conflicts. So, buy or sell, war's not just human game.
Oh. What a great story. First of all, here's another civilization brought down by social media.
Yeah.
Right? All right. I'm going to buy that. Yeah. That was a good story. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, there's primates that go to war and different types of pack animals that will war with each other. The thing about this that really strikes me is I recently ran across some it was considered artwork, but it was where they took, and they've done it scientifically as well, where you pour a casting mold into an ant colony, and then you see how far it goes out. Some of these things are incredible, how far reaching they are. It's really incredible. But I mean, war, unfortunately, what is it good for? But it
absolutely nothing.
Right. But it's everywhere, right? So yeah, I think that you're right. I think it's all species.
Look, man. Here's my feeling on this. They don't have nukes. The ants don't have thumbs.
Yet.
They don't have thumbs. They can't push the button.
Give one of them a magnifying glass. Man, that's going to be scary.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That's
all right. I guess I buy.
All right. Coop, what do you got? What's yours?
All right. So this week mine comes from a post that I ran across on Reddit again. So this is
Nice.
a premise that you have to buy or sell. So this is coming from, this isn't me. I'm reading a post from Reddit. So I went on a first date last Saturday with a girl who said she liked playing pool. So I took her to the pool bar. We got drinks and played a few games, just having a good time. I wasn't playing super hard, just keeping it casual. At one point I mentioned that I play a lot and that I have a couple of friends who even compete at the national level. After that, she said, next game, don't go easy on me. So I picked it up a little bit, nothing crazy, just made it a bit more challenging, and we played a few more rounds, had some food, and everything seemed fine. Then right before we left, we played one more game, and this time, I decided just to play normally. I had a great break, sank a couple balls right away, had good positioning, ended up clearing the table. She never got a chance to shoot. We finished up. I paid on the drive back. She was really quiet. I figured she was just tired. Later that night, she texted me. I asked you not to go easy on me, but I didn't mean turn it into a statement. It honestly felt like an ego thing at the end, and it made me uncomfortable. I told her I wasn't trying to show off. I was just playing the game straight, like she asked, and I haven't heard from her since. Buy or sell, the OP's actions were fine. His date was the one overreacting.
Oh.
I'm not saying this is what I believe. I'm just saying that buy or sell this proposition.
I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. I mean, he had a good break. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes you can make everything. I'm going to buy that.
There are people in the world who are better at things than me, and there are people in the world that I am better at certain things than they are. That's just life. This guy obviously is a pool shark. He's earned that. He's put in the time. He's got the friends. She needs to lighten up. I buy it. I got to buy it.
This is a real grenade of a topic.
It is.
But I don't know. I think if you're on a first date, there's a certain amount of delicacy you need to treat things with. Now, I'm not saying he should have held back or anything, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Here's where I would come from on this. He waited 3 more games or 4 more games.
Yeah.
If he wanted to go, if she said, "Don't take it easy on me," you do it the next game. You don't continue to take it easy on her and then make your statement before you leave.
That's true.
If she's really that upset about pool, maybe it's a good thing that you just keep walking.
Maybe not. But
I'm with Weekly.
Maybe not, but I'm just saying he continued to do the things she asked him not to do. Yeah. And then at the end was like, oh, but here I am. I kind of see your point.
All right, here's mine, guys. Boston area Raising Cane's filing a lawsuit against the landlord after receiving an eviction notice over complaints that the restaurant smells like chicken fingers. The Louisiana-based chain claims the landlord is using odor complaints as leverage to break the lease, granted Raising Cane's exclusive chicken restaurant rights at the location. The landlord wants to put a Panda Express next door. Okay? Buy or sell. You can't really evict a chicken restaurant for smelling like a chicken restaurant.
Man, is this like, did Kramer do this? I mean, this sounds like straight out of something from Seinfeld, man. This is like the light across the street or something. Man.
The restaurant spent $200,000 addressing odor issues, including exhaust inspections, window sealing, and consulting fees.
I mean, how is it not your average? How is it not on your placard? You can smell us from that chicken frying or whatever, man. Wow. So what's the proposition?
You can't really evict a chicken restaurant for smelling like a chicken restaurant.
I mean, I got to kind of buy it. I mean, sure, I'm not the one living next to it, but man, if it's zoned a chicken restaurant and it's making chicken, it seems like that you're kind of SOL if you don't like chicken smell.
How are you kind of anything here? Yes, you cannot evict a chicken restaurant for smelling like a chicken restaurant.
Now,
I buy.
2 points here. First, people are drastically underestimating the amount that like smell can influence a consumer's buying ability. Like Disneyland put like tons of research into like their smellotronic technology, whatever they call it.
Yep.
But
we had a scent system in my old store.
Yeah,
we did. We had a scent system. We had
But my second point: how long until like the corporate office gets involved? When is Raising Cane's corporate going to be like, hey, stop messing with our franchise. That's our money.
That's possible, too. Too. And this Raising Cane's is requesting monetary damages.
Yeah. But I'll buy.
Right. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. That's Buy or Sell for Friday. We do it every week at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Let's take a break. The Entertainment Report is next.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Calva Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Valentine's Day, I was at my local grocery store in the floral department trying to find that perfect bouquet to take home with me. And there's another gentleman a couple feet away doing the exact same thing. And he didn't talk to me, but he was talking to me because I was the only one around and he was talking pretty loud. This is what he says. He goes, "Man, it's crazy how much money you got to spend on something that's just going to die." And I was like, "I know. And you got to buy him flowers." Now, listen, people. I love my wife, but that may be the funniest thing I have ever said in my entire life. Okay?
Let's be honest. That might be one of the best jokes we've ever had, and a perfect joke for Valentine's Day, right? That's just fantastic. Talking TV and more. Halfway home on the show today. Tonight on the prime time networks, NBC's got the Olympics. Duh. Fox has got college basketball tonight. And the Incas, The Rise and Fall, premieres tonight on Disney Plus and Hulu. There's been a lot of discussion about that. So that's what's going on TV tonight. And we know now that Ryan Gosling's going to be returning to host Saturday Night Live. That will be on March the 7th. It will be his fourth time. One more time he gets a jacket. All right, we'll take a break here for news at the bottom of the hour. Coming back with a whole lot more. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. A major employer in Logan County has announced it's eliminating 530 jobs at its coal mining operations around the Buffalo Creek area. Greenbrier Minerals issuing a warn notice today saying it's shutting down 7 operations, plus eliminating jobs at its main office. Metro News' Chris Lawrence has reviewed the warn notice.
Those layoffs will take effect April 14th and will be permanent. The company blames adverse market conditions for the action.
It marks the second mining operation to announce major job eliminations in the past month in the state. Martiki Mining in Tucker County is closing its Mountain View mine. At the same time those job cuts were being announced, the House of Delegates passed what's called the Small Business Growth Act. The measure creates a program where investments can be made in a small business in exchange for tax credits. House Finance Committee Chairman Vernon Criss says other states have similar programs giving small businesses in border states an advantage over West Virginia businesses.
Finally,
in the financial structure of our state, we are going to have the opportunity to help small businesses.
More about the passage at our website. Energy utility Black Diamond Power says it's starting negotiations with Appalachian Power to sell its utility. Black Diamond has customers in 5 counties. Some have complained to the State Public Service Commission about service. The PSC opened an investigation last year, had a hearing today, and it was announced negotiations are underway with Appalachian Power. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
A man is in custody after allegedly shooting and killing a 19-year-old man inside a Shepherdstown apartment early this morning. Jefferson County Sheriff's deputies say 25-year-old Travis Smith was spotted in a parking lot a few blocks away from the apartment where 19-year-old Evan Taylor was fatally shot. Smith was armed when deputies found him. He's charged with first-degree murder. We're heading into a 3-day holiday weekend for some. Mondays is President's Day, a day off for federal and state employees. But some schools will be open. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
All right, welcome back. 26 minutes till the hour. You know what? It looks like we're going to get Pat Strader and Beer Friday after all. So we will talk to Pat here in just a sec. But before we do that, I just wanted to get out to Mike Lipton to talk a little bit about what's going on in Charleston in regards to the Danny Boyd Memorial tomorrow at Town Center. How you doing, Michael?
Pretty good. It's February 28th.
Oh, that's February 28th. All right, well, I'm glad we got that straightened out. So it'll be the 28th. So what exactly will be happening?
Well, the gathering is going to be at the West Virginia Museum of Music in the Town Center. And, we know there's going to be a lot of storytelling and anecdotes, and we'll also be showing clips and showing videos and, celebrating what a wacky and creative and energetic, and I'm sure there are more adjectives, that Danny was. This has been a rough week or so for deaths. We lost one past and one current crew member on Mountain Stage, and my 25-year-old dog just died about an hour ago.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
So where are you today? Where are you working today?
Oh, I'm on the Gauley.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we just did. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say we just did a great thing. We were at Nicholas County. We did a session with the West Virginia Mambo at the Mount Lookout Elementary School, and it was really kind of a bright spot in this dark time. It was sweet kids.
Hey, listen, thanks for jumping on with us. So I just want to make sure we've got the right date on that. That's going to be February 28th at the West Virginia Museum of Music. It's on the second floor of the Town Center Mall. it'll be looking back at an unbelievable career of a local media legend, Danny Boyd. Thanks for sharing that with us today. I do appreciate it.
Okay, maybe we'll talk to you a couple days before.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll hook up again. Thanks, Michael. All right, Mike Lipton from the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame, and that look back at the life of Danny Boyd. That'll be on February the 28th. All right, Coop, kick into the music. Let's go ahead and do a little Beer Friday.
Everybody knows it's beer o'clock. Beer o'clock, I just can't wait. Beer o'clock, I don't want to be late. Beer o'clock, you know I worked all day for. Beer o'clock, you know quitting time round here is beer o'clock.
All right, here we go. 24 minutes till the hour. Let's get Pat Strader in here. Hashtag Beer Friday, where we talk about beer and the craft beer industry in our state. If you got a question or a comment for Pat, now's the time to shoot that to me via text. You can get those in here, 304-TALK 304, 304-8255-304. Hey, Pat, thanks for coming on the show today, man. I do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. All right, let's get into this. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with the new beer at the Peddler.
Yeah, this thing looks really great, Dave. And, you know, whenever we talk about the Peddler, they always have such creative names. This one is called Sanity Czech, all right? And the Czech, CZECH. So that's the Czech, a Czech lager, a dark Czech lager in this case. So this is a malty, but it's nice, and they describe it as smooth and balanced. And it's pretty low on the ABV scale, so it's something that they describe also as crushable. But this is a really interesting style, classic, old world, if you will. So if you happen to be over near Huntington, stop in there and try the Sanity Czech.
Yeah, there you go. Sanity Czech at the Peddler. That's on 3rd Ave right there in Huntington. Hey, man, have you ever been over there? I got to get a hold of some of those duck fat fries. Get over there and get one of those burgers and, taste one of their craft beer offerings. But, man, it's been a while since I've had the duck fat fries, man. That sounds pretty good. That sounds
I love that place. And they have pinball machines and all kinds of stuff upstairs. It's fantastic.
Hey, man, when was the last time we talked about Abolitionist? I don't think we did last week.
Yeah, no, we did last week. It's almost every week, though, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it seems like it. What's going on with them?
Well, and the reason we talk about them so much is because they are just constantly cranking out new beers. I mean, it genuinely is almost every week that they're releasing a new beer. And in this case, they have one that they're calling the Extra Special Bitter Chocolate. So this is another little kind of play on words. It's an ESB, which is an Extra Special Bitter, which is a traditional English style. But then they took it one step further, and being the creative wackos that they are, they conditioned this beer on chocolate, And so this is part of, they have what they're calling their love beer menu for Valentine's. Nice. And this is a very interesting and unique approach to an ESB, which again is a very traditional style. I've never, ever seen one that has chocolate in it. So if you want to try something kooky and cool, head over there to Abolitionist, Eastern Panhandle, try the Extra Special Bitter Chocolate.
When we started this segment, occasionally we would get some of these beer chocolate combinations. And at first you're thinking, this isn't going to work. But, I mean, there's a lot of them, and people really like them.
Yeah, and, all the breweries have really, upped their game with the creativity and incorporating some of these non-traditional ingredients.
All right, so there you go. Abolitionist Ale Works. It's right there in the Eastern Panhandle in Charlestown, 129 West Washington, over there in the eastern part of our state. All right, a couple more stops here. Tell me about the Irish Red at Big Timber.
Yeah, it's that time of year. I feel like the last couple of weeks, Dave, we've talked about these Irish Reds from different breweries. Well, here's another one. And this one is called Cara, and they describe this as saying in Gaelic means friend. And they have brewed this Cara Irish Red Ale, and they describe it as having notes of toffee, a smooth finish of roasted nuts. So a very interesting take on an Irish Red. But Big Timber, man, they just are always knocking it out of the park. So keep an eye out for this one. It looks fantastic. And by the way, it is in cans as well.
Hey, speaking of the can, how about the picture of the dog on the can? Is there a story behind that?
I don't know. I thought the same thing, and I'll be honest with you, Dave, I didn't quite have enough time to get into that, but I'll see what I can find out about that.
I'm thinking there probably is a story behind that.
Yeah.
All right, so Big Timber, they're at 2 Davis Ave. That's out there in Elkins, where we have a lot of listeners. And you know what? We've got an update on something that's happening at 5th Street.
Yeah, so 5th Street, this is a very interesting beer as well. I feel like I say that about every beer we talk about, but it's true. But this one they're calling the Super Lemon Haze. Now, anybody out there that may partake of certain types of things may understand exactly what that Super Lemon Haze name comes from. And in fact, this is part of, Dave, get this, this is part of a series they're calling High on 5th Street. But this is a smash IPA, and the characteristics of this beer sound really, really interesting with different, profiles that they've incorporated into this from the hops and the malt bill. And in fact, if you want to learn more about beer and the ways that these things are built, go check out their Facebook page because they have an awesome video that's describing how they built this beer. So Super Lemon Haze is now on tap at Fife.
There you go, 5th Street, right downtown in Charleston. All right, Pat, good local report, lots of local stories about what's going on in the beer world. What's in your hand or what will be there soon?
Well, you know what? My boys are in town from Pittsburgh, and my son really enjoys a good craft beer, too, and he brought a bunch of different stuff from Pittsburgh. So I want to go play the Pittsburgh Cooler Roulette here in just a moment, Dave.
Fantastic. Hey, Pat, great stuff, man. Thanks for coming on the show. I do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Dave, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. All right. Pat Strader, man. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Beer Friday, that's one of the longest-running features we've had on the show, going back for a decade, maybe or more. Coop, what do you think? When did we start with Pat? We kind of fished around for a beer expert for a while.
Yeah, but we didn't go a whole year being on the air before we dialed him in. I
know, so that's got to be a dozen years.
Because the craft beer or micro brew, which is what it was called back when we started, that segment I think was one of the few things that I brought to the table because that was something I was really into in Michigan and thought would make a good because they had a big brew sector up there, and I thought it would make a good show here. So I think that we started talking about beer. First year of the show at some point. We had the guy from like the beer magazine. I can't remember
Charles
what it was.
Brockway.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Brockway. He's here locally, and
right.
he does a good job for us. This guy was like a national writer, and he knew Pat from somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
And we had him on the show once, and after the show, he was like, yeah, guys, thanks for the invite, but no thanks. Give this guy a call. And the guy that he told us to call was Pat, and Pat's been our guy ever since.
Remember the wine lady?
Oh, yeah, the wine lady. That the wine lady was on maybe sometime before or after directly Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
And perhaps Sam Snead's Prostitute.
Yeah.
Some of the highlights from the first year of Hotline.
Yeah, I tell you, the book's going to be great. It's so good. Question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. So Super Bowl 60 took place last weekend. It officially brings to an end the football season for this year. So the hotline question of the day is this. What will you be more interested in watching on Sunday, the Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or the Winter Olympics from Italy? What will you be watching Sunday, the Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or more coverage of the Winter Olympics from Italy? We have a ton of response to this. 304-541, Dave, the Olympics by far. The NBA doesn't interest me in the least bit. NASCAR hasn't been good in years. All right, thanks for sending that in. 304-546. Dave, you're 0 for 3. I'll be watching the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I got to tell you, I was watching some of that this morning as well. Yeah, that looked pretty good. Coop, there is nothing like a good golf nap when the weather is too cold and you're seeing golf from California or Hawaii. Just it's a good thing to take a nap to.
It is a good time, yes.
Good thing to take a nap to. Oh, by the way, props to the people who joined us in our golf fantasy league. I got my lineup in this weekend. Let's see. A couple more responses. Oh, John in Martinsburg. Man, people are wearing me out with athletes that wore number 46. So I mentioned at the beginning of the show that 46 is one of those numbers where there really are not, or at least in my mind, a lot of really great athletes who wore 46. I was thinking about Lou the Toe Groza, and Herm Edwards was on that list, Tim McDonald. And then we got one of our listeners who said, hey, tap the brakes on that. Jim Maloney of the Reds. Here's John from Martinsburg. He goes Mike Flanagan. Yeah, that's a great call. Mike Flanagan, who was a great pitcher with the O's and then with the Yankees as well. He wore 46. That's a good point, John. A couple more of these before we take a break. Let's see. 304-380. Dave, the follow-up file, when Buster Douglas beat Tyson same night as the NBA All-Star Game, East won. You know that, thinking back to that Buster Douglas fight against Tyson that we mentioned the anniversary of this weekend, there were a couple of really curious things about that. Mm-hmm. First of all, was that like the last major boxing event in Tokyo? Because that was like a fight that was on HBO, and it started at like 10 o'clock at night.
That is true.
So I can't imagine there have been too many heavyweight bouts that have been in Tokyo, but that one was. I think.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'm not seeing anything too on that level. There's been other fights, but nothing along that level.
Nothing
as
Titanic like that.
No.
Yeah, so that's a good call. Let's take a break. We'll come back and get into the follow-up file in a moment.
Hi, I'm Lane Tobin, and I'm a project consultant with Civil and Environmental Consultants. Growing up in West Virginia, I always dreamed of giving back to my community. That's why I chose CEC. As an employee-owned firm, we combine big company support with a close-knit culture. From stormwater management to new pedestrian trails, with every project, I see the impact we're making, and I couldn't be prouder. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
The conversation starts long before the game.
He doesn't do this to other guests, but every time I'm on here, he creates distractions.
Disrespectful.
With his phone. I mean,
I have to have the phone on in case Pete Thamel breaks another story.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television, available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronews.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
On the next State of Minds,
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Time to crack open the On This Date file. We'll start with the birthdays, the sports birthdays. Hey, Randy Moss is having a birthday today. Randy Moss. I predict big things for him. 49 years old today. You go, boy. Mike Krzyzewski, coach of Duke, 79 years old today. Gary Patterson, former coach of TCU, 66 years old today from entertainment. Stockard Channing from Grease, The West Wing, 82 years old today. Kim Novak from Vertigo and other Hitchcock movies, 93 years old today. Henry Rollins, 65 years old today. Robbie Williams, 52. Birth anniversaries, Chuck Yeager, first man to break the sound barrier, a West Virginia native. Born on this date, died in December of 2020 at the age of 97. Also on this date, from basketball, 1954, the Corbin Comet. Frank Selvey scored 100 points in a game for Furman, beat Newberry 149-95.
With 8 minutes remaining in the game, Selvey had scored 74 points. He then hit 11 consecutive field goals, giving him 98 points in the game. Newberry College had the basketball with just seconds remaining. Coach Alley screamed for someone to foul, and someone did. Newberry missed the free throw, and Furman grabbed the rebound. The ball came to Selvey near midcourt, where he was guarded by 3 players. He spun and shot the ball. The horn sounded just as it went through the net. That made it 12 shots in a row that found the bottom of the net for Selvey. But most importantly, it completed his 100-point game, the most points ever scored in NCAA Division I basketball in a single game.
So Frank Selvey, the Corbin Comet for Furman, 100 points on this date in 1954 for Furman, 41 field goals, 18 of 22 from the line. Remember, no three-point shots. This was 26 years before the Southern Conference became the first conference to ever use a three-point shot. Frank Selvey, 100 points in a game. From the Olympics on this date, 1976, Dorothy Hamill of the United States wins the Olympic figure skating gold in Innsbruck. Here's the end of her long program.
Split jump. Final move. Flying camel. Now watch her lower this down into a jump move named after herself called a Hamill camel into a back sit spin. And a final scratch spin. A performance without any flaws.
You're looking at the defending United States champion.
Also on this date, in the year 2000, the last original Peanuts comic strip appears in newspapers. One day after Charles M. Schulz dies, his wife Jean recalls that last day.
I went down and lay with him for a while, and we were talking, and then I said, well, I think I'll go get the paper and wash the dishes. And he said, well, I'll turn over then and just go to sleep. And so, I stuck my head in a couple times and thought he was just sleeping, and then came back and discovered he was dead. How he died the day before his last strip came out is, just beyond me.
And our musical birthday to the break, Peter Gabriel from Genesis and a great solo career, is 76 today. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are coming up next.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. WVU baseball season begins tonight. Mountaineers in Georgia to take on Georgia Southern in Statesboro. Marshall opened the baseball season with an 11 a.m. game today in Kennesaw, and they beat Evansville 5-2. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30. Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Selengo Law. Visit selengolaw.com.
on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, where we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this. I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bounced him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable, gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour, navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today. Metro News Hotline. It's a Friday afternoon here in the WV. Ready for the weekend. You know what? The weather in West Virginia is going to be pretty darn good this weekend. And after what we've been through the last couple of weeks, we earned it. Here's the fanfare.
I'd fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Soul. Somebody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday.
All right, there you go. There's your fanfare. All right, got one more hour to go today. Let's make it a good one. We got a lot of good stuff in the show for you in this hour. We're going to reset our question of the day in just a moment. Then we'll go to Orlando, where Brad Howe's standing by for West Virginia basketball tomorrow night, 6 o'clock tip in Orlando against UCF on FS1. Big game for West Virginia. Big game for UCF as well. Two teams trying to get into the conversation for the NCAA tournament. UCF is in that conversation. With a win tomorrow, West Virginia could probably get a little closer to the conversation. It'll be the first of 4 Quad 1 games left in the regular season for WVU, so we'll be talking about that. We'll play in or out at 5:25. 5:33, we'll get a little bit more WVU conversation into the show. Aristotle Jones, Sounds Good West Virginia, out of the box this week. He'll return next week. So we haven't checked in with Coos Walker from Coos's Corner since the WVU basketball season began. We'll fix that. That'll be coming up in about a half an hour. Jeff Jenkins will be by with the Capitol Report. That'll be at 5:40, and then more of your responses to our question of the day in just a sec. Question of the day, speaking of which, so Super Bowl 60 took place last weekend, officially bringing to an end the football season for this year. So here's the question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What will you be more interested in watching on Sunday? Here are your choices. The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or more coverage of the Winter Olympics from Italy? What will you be watching on Sunday now that the football season is officially over? The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or the Winter Olympics? We've had a lot of response to this. You can jump in there too. Text your answers in, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. You can find me too on X at Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Couple of things we are following that are happening right now. Women's hockey in the Olympics. The United States is putting it on Italy. 12 minutes to go in the third period. The United States leads the host Italians 6-0. The United States team the women's team has only allowed 1 goal in since this tournament began, and Hannah Bilka for the United States has 4 goals in this game. So we'll let you know when that one goes final. Also, we told you in the 4 o'clock hour, Marshall opened the baseball season with a win today in Georgia over Evansville, 5-2. The WVU baseball season begins tonight in Statesboro against Georgia Southern. First pitch scheduled for 6:30. We're also keeping our eye on Marshall softball. Marshall softball is at Florida today against the number 4 Gators, number 4 ranked team in the country. Marshall is down 4-2. They're in the bottom of the 5th. The Gators have the bases loaded. For the Herd, Sidney Burko cranked a 2-run homer to left field. That was in the 4th inning to pull the Herd to within a run, but now they trail by 2, 4-2, bottom of the 5th. We're keeping our eye on that. All right, let's go to Orlando where Brad Howe checks in. How you doing today, Brad?
Hello, Dave. Doing well.
Hey, man. So what time did you guys get on the ground?
Like literally just within the last half hour, I'm walking into my hotel room as we're talking.
Sweet.
So just got here.
Sweet. What's the weather like in Orlando today?
Pretty nice, Dave. About 76 degrees right now. The sun is shining. I'm looking out over a pool that is open, and we're just having a conversation. This league is different now, Dave. This is 3 of our last 4 road trips have involved cities where there's palm trees.
Nice.
We're in a place in February for a conference game, and the pool's open.
All right.
So, a little bit different.
So to go into Orlando to play UCF, did you fly into the big airport or did you go to Sanford?
No, we flew into Sanford and then over to the hotel.
That's a nice little airport, isn't it? That's a really nice little one. So let's
Good
talk.
way to do it.
Let's talk a little bit about the Knights. So they've really bounced back and they've had a good season. They're really tough at home, but they're coming off a couple of losses in Big 12 play to Houston, then at Cincinnati earlier this week. What kind of a challenge is UCF for WVU tomorrow night?
Yeah, big challenge. I'm looking forward to this one. I think you're talking about in Central Florida and West Virginia, the 2 of the surprise teams in this league from this standpoint. And these are 2 of the 3 teams that lost 100% of their scoring and rebounding from last year. And both of these teams are sitting right in the upper half of this league. Only 5 teams in this conference with more conference wins than UCF and West Virginia. So anxious to watch this. They've done a nice job, I think. Getting to this point, given where the noise was around this Knights program last year, is a bit of a surprise for them. So they've had a great year. They've been very tough at home. The 2 losses to Vanderbilt and Arizona, so that's 2 top 13 teams by the Ken Palm rankings. And they'll have a surprisingly good crowd. I think that's what might be something new to people, that you wouldn't think Central Florida or UCF would have such a tough road environment, but it has been. They'll have students out here. And it'll be a challenge tomorrow, no doubt.
Yeah, they've had a couple of court stormings this year, right? I mean, they beat Kansas in their building. And tell me about Themis Folks. I mean, he's got to be a key for West Virginia to stop in the game tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. That's the key. 13 points a game, 7 assists, top 15 nationally. And he's a guy that – and here's where I think this becomes really interesting. If you talk about matchups, they're going to want to get the ball into the paint. That's what they do. That's what Folks does in particular. 65% of his shots come at the rim or in the paint. Well, that's West Virginia's forte, is keeping teams out of the lane. So I think that's a good-on-good matchup, and which good wins out probably determines who wins this game. But Folks is a critical piece to get stopped. I like the matchup there for West Virginia. Jasper Floyd's had a tremendous season defensively against some outstanding point guards in this league. Then you bring Amir Jenkins in to spell Jasper, and that's a really tough combo for point guards in this league, as we've seen over the last 7 or 8 games. So I think that's the one to watch. West Virginia's ability to keep them out of the lane, and Jasper and Amir specifically locked up on Folks.
So how do you think West Virginia's going to play coming off the way they lost the other night? And both of these teams, I think UCF, obviously, I mean, they're projected in the NCAA tournament field, but it's always going to be real interesting to see how they handle the pressure after losing a couple of games in a row. And they may be the team that's feeling the pressure tomorrow.
Yeah, I think West Virginia will respond well. I think the bye week, so to speak, the no midweek game, came at a really good time. I don't think there's much question West Virginia was tired collectively, and I think that was a big reflection in the shooting performance from distance as well as free throws. I think that showed itself. But I think if practice is any indication, they've had 2 really good practices this week, including one of the best of the year yesterday. So I have a feeling this will be a bounce-back situation. I think it's a matchup, too, again, as I just said, that gives West Virginia some advantages. Now, we'll see if that actually plays itself out on the floor, but I think they'll have a chance to get some open looks from the perimeter tomorrow, and I would expect certainly a better shooting performance than we saw the other day. But I think West Virginia might have found a little something on their interior offense as well. Even though that was a loss against Tech, Dave, their ability to get the ball inside and run offense, the threes notwithstanding, I know that was a rough day from outside, but I think they found a little bit with the rest of the offense. You're hopeful that can pick up and be carried down here to Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think West Virginia jumps back in this game tomorrow night after the way they poorly shot 3-point games in the loss to Texas Tech last Sunday. Let me ask you about the shooter's mentality. I mean, Honor Huff is going to end his career with, just a boatload of career threes that he's made. He didn't make any in Morgantown last Sunday against the Red Raiders, but they need him to fill it up against UCF. Just kind of address, you've been around him a lot this year. Is he a confident player? How do you expect him to react tomorrow?
Yeah, you don't make that many threes over the course of the career and not be confident. So he'll be unfazed. He'll come out tomorrow and do exactly what he does. And again, I think it's just simply matchups. And he's at the top of scouting reports. And that's what teams are starting to do now is they're flooding so many resources towards stopping him and Trace and Eaglestaff. That's part of why you've seen Harlan perform like he has and Belo perform like he has and DJ perform like he did at Cincinnati, because those guys are getting extra looks because of what defenses are trying to do to honor Huff. And I don't blame defenses. That's what I do too. You try and take him away and make everybody else beat you. But I do think, again, if the numbers hold and the trends hold from throughout the season, West Virginia is going to get some open looks tomorrow, and Honor will have some of those. So I would expect a bounce-back performance. This would be a good DJ Thomas game. He's been unbelievable on the road from distance, shooting 42% from three in those road games. So this would be a nice chance for DJ to pop back and make some shots as he did at Cincinnati. But in terms of Honor, there you will not see a change. He's going to come out firing tomorrow as soon as he gets a chance.
Talking with Brad Howe. He's live in Orlando. West Virginia is in Florida to take on UCF in a critical Big 12 basketball game for both teams. It tips at 6 o'clock tomorrow night in Orlando on FS1. They've got the TV coverage. West Virginia had a big comeback win recently against Cincinnati. And I'm looking at some of these stats. Man, especially in Orlando, you don't want to get down against these guys. They're 12-0 when they lead at the half. They're 13-0 when they have the lead with 10 minutes to go. Those kind of stats say this is a pretty good team, an improved team.
Oh, I think it's definitely an improved team. Again, a lot of that starts with Fulk. So I'm interested to see, as I said earlier, about that matchup on him in particular. But, yeah, they're having a great year. I think this is also another battle of pace. If West Virginia can get it into a game like it wants to play down in the 60s, then I think that bodes well for you. If this is a game where you're turning it over and they're able to get out and get some easy transition buckets, which they are very good at. If you turn it over, they're gonna hurt you on the other end. So if you can limit those turnovers and keep that clock running like you like to, then I think that's a huge situational advantage for the Mountaineers.
Hey, so what's the plan now? I mean, you're in Orlando. You guys going to practice, or have you already been to practice? You going out to eat? It's only 5:15.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They're going to head over, and the arena's not available tonight. I think there's a concert there. But West Virginia's going to head over to practice at the facility that manufactures those glass floors, the one that's being used for the Big 12 tournament. So they're going to get a look at that tonight and a feel for what that is like. So they got a little film coming up. They got a little shoot-around practice session, and then dinner tonight, a little more film, then bed, and then you get up and you do it all again tomorrow.
Yeah, the glass court, I mean, the one that the NBA was using in the NBA Cup earlier this season, that's kind of curious. I mean, do you think is the Big 12 one of the only leagues that's going to do that this year? That's going to be they're going to use that for the tournament, right?
Yeah, they are using it for the tournament. I think it is the only one, and that probably is a trend or the future of courts. And I think, listen, Dave, as an old marketing guy, I think the possibilities are endless with those floors in terms of graphics and what you can do. I think it's a really cool idea. So, yeah, they're going to get a look at that ahead of the Big 12 tournament, but you'll see it coming up in Kansas City in March.
All right, Brad, you going to hang with us for in or out, or you got to take off?
Nope, I'm good.
Cool. All right, let's take a break. We'll play in or out when we come back. Stay tuned.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a
bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. And we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
All right, welcome back to the show. About 24 minutes past the hour here until 6 on Metro News Hotline. You know what? Let's go ahead and play in or out. It's time to get into that. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. We got a little time to do it. In or out. Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about around the water cooler at the office. We call it in or out. The setup is simple. There are 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity. Topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Cooper, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Because it's National Cheddar Day.
Ooh.
It's National Cheddar Cheese Day. A giant wheel of cheddar cheese was given to Queen Victoria for a wedding gift that weighed 1,000 pounds.
Whoa.
About 90% of all cheese sold in the United States is classified as cheddar cheese. Let's see. Longhorn cheese refers to a mild cheddar. Long orange cylinders. My dad loved Longhorn cheese. Cheddar cheese. In or out?
Man, I got to be in on cheddar. I mean, cheese in general is one of my weak spots. I do love cheese as much as big cheese is a foil in my life. But for real, I love cheese, and I love cheddar cheese. And just recently, my daughter went off cheese for a while. For whatever she stopped eating. I know, right?
What?
Just recently, she's back on the cheddar. She's back on the cheddar, so I'm in.
There you go. All right, Brad Howe's in Orlando. Brad, let's talk a little bit about cheddar cheese. In or out?
I'm almost exactly like Coop right there. Of my many food weaknesses, cheese is way up the list. Would love it on everything or anything. Cheddar's right near the top of that cheese list of ones I like. Weigh in on this.
By the way, we're talking about that Queen Victoria cheese wheel that was 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
The average cheddar wheel weighs between 60 and 75 pounds.
Way to save on some toilet paper.
Yeah, and in cheddar cheese making, the firm curd is finely chopped. It is cheddared. You can use it as a verb to drain the whey, and then they process it into blocks or cylinders. Yeah, I'm in on this. Absolutely in on this.
Throwing the verbs in there. Nice.
Yeah, cheddared. Gut reaction is next. Okay. Drake has apparently purchased a Boston Celtics hat that was owned by the notorious drug lord Pablo Escobar. Did you see this story?
No.
The rapper shared an Instagram story on Thursday showing the green cap on the table, followed by documentary footage of Escobar wearing the same cap. An eBay listing from an account named Pablo Escobar Estate previously offered the hat for $75,000 of the best offer, selling in January for an undisclosed amount. Drake's got the Celtics cap owned by Pablo Escobar. In or out? Yeah, right.
He's such a silly kid. I mean, for real, man, I don't get him at all. Yeah. What a dumb story. Yeah. Sorry, he's an idiot.
There are people that collect those types of things, right?
I suppose.
Would you wear that cap?
I guess, what is it, some kind of cred? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
He's always trying to buy other people's cred anyway, so I guess
suppose.
that makes sense.
Man. The listing included authentication from Pablo's brother, claiming the hat came from his home. Escobar, known as the King of Cocaine, was killed by authorities in Colombia in 1993, but remains a pop culture figure. Brad, what are your thoughts on this? Drake owns Pablo Escobar's Boston Celtics hat.
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm a big hat guy, and I certainly like the Celtics because of Joe Mazzulla primarily. I don't know, man. That collection stuff is odd. I guess if you got that much money, so be it, but that's a weird guy to go in and get his stuff. I say I'm out on this. That's weird.
That is, yeah, I'm with you on that. That is definitely weird.
There's got to be better Celtics gear out there, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, come on.
I'd say so. All right, finally, this one's about a celebrity. Chris Paul announced his retirement today. So Chris Paul was waived by the Raptors today after being traded by the Clippers a few days ago. He's 40 years old. He's been an All-Star a dozen times, 11-time member of the All-NBA teams, 9-time All-Defensive Team member, Rookie of the Year in the league, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, a member of the 1975 or the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Chris Paul. In or out, Coop?
Man, I've always been kind of a low-key fan of his play on the floor. I've always thought that he was a good floor general and a good player there. I didn't follow his career necessarily. Don't know a bunch about him in his personal life, but I always thought that on the floor that he was a good player. I'll be in.
All right. Brad, what are your thoughts here? Chris Paul, in or out?
Yeah, I don't know that I care about any of the things you just listed off, but what I do care about is he's the guy that got torched by Mike Gansey in Cleveland in the NCAA tournament, one of the all-time great tournament games, and that will never come off his resume. So for that reason, because Gansey lit him up and we walked that team off the floor, I'll be in on Chris Paul.
Nice. There you go. Nice. There you go. Hey, I'm in on Chris Paul, by the way. CP3, a very exciting player. Hey, Brad, have a great trip in Orlando and bring back a win. Thanks for joining us today.
All right, thanks, fellas.
All right, Brad Howe from Orlando. Just back to the hotel, Coop.
Yeah, man.
Just back to the hotel.
He's a warrior, man. I tell you what, man. He's called us in some of the tightest spots.
Yeah, that was good.
That's good stuff.
That was good stuff. All right, let's. Oh, you know who's coming up? Coos Walker's next. We're checking in with Coos next. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. Ahead of the anniversary of the most recent flooding in southern West Virginia, Governor Patrick Morrisey announced plans for a pilot program that aims at improving the early warning for impending floodwaters. The Sentry system, which stands for Smart Environmental Notification Threat System, is a 3-year pilot program that will use new and emerging technology to see if it's possible to get word to people faster about fast rising water. Morrisey says traditional gauges are not enough for warning people trouble is coming.
We know that flooding is an all too frequent occurrence, not just in southern West Virginia, but all across West Virginia. And the challenge we found is not just water, but it's time. And a lot of times in these situations, when I've gone on site, you can see that minutes really matter.
He said the program will utilize additional rain gauges, soil saturation sensors, wind data, and stream monitoring. And state senators sent a bill to the House today that would ban the shipment of abortion pills into West Virginia. The legislation passed the Senate 31-1. Senate Judiciary Chairman Tom Willis says it's aimed at something that's going on illegally now.
This important legislation is designed to protect life in West Virginia and stop the practice of abortifacients being unlawfully sent to West Virginia residents.
You can read more at WVMetroNews.com. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence, and the great outdoors is coming inside. Join me at the 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. More than 100,000 square feet of fishing gear and hunting supplies, outfitters and charter boats, ATVs, campers and tractors, guns, knives, and much more, all under one roof. An outdoorsman's paradise. The West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th in Morgantown. A WVRC media event.
Hi, I'm Chris Waddell, Principal and Office Lead for Martinsburg for CEC. After serving in the military, I found my home in Martinsburg. Traveling across the states, I've always wanted to serve my community. At CEC, I get to do just that. Our core values, clients first and we own it, resonate with my mission-driven background. We solve problems by listening and collaborating, and as an employee-owned firm, we take pride in every project that we do. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
A Greenbrier County man received his sentence Thursday following his conviction of sexual assault. 50-year-old Michael Baker was sentenced to 1 to 5 years on 5 counts of third-degree sexual assault. Those sentences are to be served consecutively. He will also have to spend 50 years of extended supervision following his incarceration. The conviction and charges stem from incidents that occurred between January 2005 and December 2006. An indictment said Baker engaged in sexual intercourse with a minor who was under the age of 16 at the time of the offenses. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. You know what? It's been a while since we've had Coos Walker on the show. Big fan of his WVU YouTube channel, Coos Corner. Swing over there quite a bit when he's on after a Mountaineer event, like a basketball game. Probably going to be on after the UC game tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We'll talk to him in just a sec. Let me get you caught up on a couple of things. The women's hockey team for the United States at the Olympics in Italy, their game with the host Italians is now over. Ended just a moment ago. So the United States winning in the quarterfinal round today over Italy 6-0. So they're 2 games away from winning the gold medal. And they've only allowed 1 goal this entire tournament. They beat Italy today 6-0. This is coming off a 5-0 win over Canada. This is one of the biggest stories of the Olympic Games, and it continues to build. Also, we're keeping our eye on what's going on with Marshall softball this afternoon. They're taking on the number 4 team in the nation, the Florida Gators, in Gainesville this afternoon. Marshall down to, well, They trail the Gators 6-3 in the top of the 7th inning. Marshall has a runner on base, and they've knocked in a run here in the top of the 7th inning, but they trail by 3, and they need to get another runner on to bring the tying run to the plate. But the Gators lead the herd 6-3, top of the 7th inning. Marshall baseball earlier today. Marshall won their season-opening game in Georgia against Evansville, and it was pretty impressive. They trailed early 1-0, but they went on to win the game 5-2. Let me give you a quick couple of details on that win. Let's see here. 5-2. A.J. Havrilla, 3 hits, a home run. Cooper Hinson had a 2-run homer for Marshall. Bryce Blevins from Lawrence County, Kentucky, 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, and no walks. And WVU baseball opens the season. Mountaineers have been to the Super Regionals 2 years in a row. Their first pitch is now less than an hour away against Georgia Southern at 5:35. All right, we will also have the Capitol Report with Jeff Jenkins coming up in just a couple of minutes. But Coos Walker joins me now. How you doing, Coos?
Doing great, Dave. How are you?
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. How big do you see this West Virginia basketball game tomorrow in Orlando against UCF at 6 o'clock? What do you think?
I'm looking at almost every game down the stretch, Dave, as a must-win, just because of where they are right outside the bubble. And after losing to Texas Tech and losing to Baylor, you can't afford to lose this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. So tomorrow's game against UCF will be the first of the 4 remaining Quad 1 games West Virginia has running through the rest of the regular season. They'll get a couple of more potentially in the NCAA tournament, but I'm kind of with you. Looking at UCF right now, they're projected as an 8 or a 9 seed. West Virginia, if they could win, and I think potentially they can do it tomorrow, a win over UCF gets them right back in the conversation for an at-large berth.
Absolutely, yeah. And, I said it's probably not must-win, Dave, but I think they need to win at least 5 of their next 7. And a couple of those better be, against teams that you're not supposed to beat. So
we'll see what happens when we get the point spread for tomorrow's game. It is a 6 o'clock start on FS1. Hey, I wanted to ask you about something else also.
Yes, sir.
So there's a documentary about Bob Huggins that's going to be coming out in mid-April. It's called Beyond the Bench, the Bob Huggins Legacy. It's 90 minutes long. Many former Mountaineer players who were involved with Bob Huggins, Joe Mazzulla, Deshaun Butler, are involved with this. Kenyon Martin is interviewed, and a bunch of UC players as well. John Calipari's in it. Bill Self's in it. I brought this up earlier this week when Tom Bragg was on our show, and, when I brought this subject up, we got a couple of text messages from listeners, Mountaineer fans, who are still really salty about the way the Huggins era ended and some of the things he did after he had a forced resignation from WVU. How do you think this thing's going to be received? I mean, we'll have to see it first, but what do you think the Mountaineer fan reaction is going to be to a documentary about Bob Huggins?
I think the majority of Mountaineer fans will embrace it and like it. I mean, I think you can, like for me personally, I mean, you can be upset at how it ended and agree with West Virginia's decision, but also still love Bob Huggins and feel like he needs his flowers. And I think that's kind of where we are. As a fan base, at least that's where I'm at. So I think it's great. I'm definitely looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I want to watch it too, and I think the people who are negative about it, it's pretty early to be negative on it. I think we have to see it before we really have an opinion about it.
Right, I agree. I question the timing of it a little bit. I kind of would have wished they'd have waited till the basketball season was over, but to be promoting it. But I guess that's kind of a small detail.
Yeah, it is interesting, the timing on the thing. I guess this will be right after the basketball season ends when there'll be a lot of interest around college basketball after the Final Four in the national championship game.
Right. Yeah, just the promotion of it, though, has been already started. And I find it interesting that most people in and around the West Virginia media have not touched this story. I find that ironic.
Hey, let me ask you also about your channel. I mentioned in the setup to you that, one of the things I really like about your channel is that if West Virginia has a football game or a basketball game, you'll pop on and go for a while. Just, I don't want to call it an official post-game show, but it kind of is. Do you get more hits on those types of broadcasts that you do on YouTube as opposed to some of your other scheduled stuff?
It depends on the game. If it's a big game or a big opponent, the opponent matters. Obviously, it just depends on the game. To be honest with you, like after the Backyard Brawl win, there was a lot.
Yeah,
that was a big one. Games like that. But if it's later in the season, the team's not doing so well. It's kind of all based around fan sentiment. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
but in essence, yes, they do normally do well.
And it's kind of difficult to compare what's going on now as opposed to what's happened in the past because your channel is growing. But are you seeing the same kind of number of people who are tuned in for your post game shows for basketball that tuned in after football games?
No, football's much more popular.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Coos, great to you know what? Is this the first time I've had you on since the basketball season started?
I think so, Dave. Yeah, it actually is.
Hey, man. Well, I just want to let you know I'm watching your stuff. I really enjoy your channel, and thanks for coming on today.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, Dave. It's always a pleasure.
All right, Coos Walker. And you'll find him on Coos Corner on YouTube. There's a lot of people that watch it. I do, and they'll probably tune in tomorrow after West Virginia's game with UCF is over. All right, let's get into what's going on with the West Virginia legislature. Jeff Jenkins has today's edition of the Capitol Report.
This is the Metro News Capitol Report, brought to you by AARP West Virginia. AARP is your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Today's report in 60 seconds.
AARP is your wise friend and fierce defender as you age. Life changes fast, and so do the challenges. Scams are getting more sophisticated, and caring for loved ones can feel overwhelming. That's why AARP is here. We're working to help you protect your hard-earned money, sharing tips and tools to help you spot frauds and scams. Every day we're supporting family caregivers and fighting for things like expanded, affordable, high-speed internet service and ensuring access to home and community-based services that are so critical to family caregivers. With 250,000 members in communities throughout the Mountain State, AARP is your trusted advocate at the state capitol and beyond, fighting for policies that make life better for older adults and their families. Everyone in the Mountain State needs someone in their corner. That someone is AARP. For more information, connect with us on social media at AARP West Virginia or find us online at aarp.org/WV.
The state Senate approving a bill today making it illegal to bring abortion pills into the state, including through the mail. Raleigh County Senator Roland Roberts, one of 32 senators who voted in favor of the bill, and he spoke during the floor session.
I think it's sad that we have to come up with legislation like this and put some teeth in it, but it is where we are because we have people shipping, mailing these pills in. And that's thwarting our law. So now we will respond in kind and say, you will not be doing that any longer.
In the House of Delegates today, approval of the Small Business Growth Act. House Judiciary Committee Chairman J.B. Akers says the act fulfills small businesses by making financing available for growth.
Less than 250 employees, more than 60% of your workforce in the state of West Virginia, fixes a funding gap that those companies have.
And that bill receiving strong support in the House today, going to be sent back to the Senate after a few minor changes were made. Floor sessions resume Monday at the state capitol as the session continues. I'm Jeff Jenkins on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today. Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kirchhoff. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, The High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement, and we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Getting you caught up on a couple of things. That softball game between Marshall and fourth-ranked Florida has now gone final. Florida defeats the Herd 6-3. Now, Marshall had pulled to within 3-2 in this game. They had they scored a run and they had a runner aboard on in the top of the seventh inning. But the Gators get the win, 6-3. That's your final. We told you that Marshall won their game in college baseball this afternoon in Georgia, in Kennesaw, against Evansville, final 5-2. That series will continue this weekend. WVU Baseball. Mountaineers have gone to the Super Regionals the last 2 years in a row. Never done that. We'll be playing against Georgia Southern in Statesboro. That will be coming up at 6:30 tonight, first pitch as they open the season. Highly anticipated season of Mountaineer Baseball. One quick note about the schedule this weekend for Mountaineer Baseball. Because of the weather conditions, the game on Sunday between Georgia Southern and WVU has been moved back. They're going to play a doubleheader tomorrow. So no Mountaineer Baseball on Sunday. They will play 2 tomorrow in Statesboro. And how odd is it where, you got a lot of West Virginians rolling around Eagle Creek this weekend with WVU Baseball in Statesboro to play the Eagles of Georgia Southern in the next couple of days. And Marshall Basketball is there for a game against Georgia Southern tomorrow, and that's a big game. That's a big game for the Herd. Well, speaking of Herd basketball, there was a little bit of a note, a pretty good note today on Marshall basketball, where their final home game of the year against Georgia Southern has been moved up to ESPN2. That is going to be at the CAM on February 27th. That game will now start at 9 o'clock. They're going to push back the starting time, and they will be moving that game to ESPN2. So that's pretty good exposure. Who knows what's going to happen at that point? Marshall goes into the weekend. They're a game off the lead in the Sun Belt standings, so we'll see what happens there. We've had a lot. And the other big story today out of the Olympics is the women's hockey team for the United States. They won their quarterfinal game against Italy. They defeated the Italians 6-0. So the American women have stormed into the semifinals, and now they are 2 games away from the gold medal there. We had a ton of response to our question of the day today. A lot of angles on this. So the question of the day, the Super Bowl 60 took place last weekend, officially bringing to an end the football season for this year. So the hotline question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law, what will you be more interested in watching on Sunday? Here are your 3 choices. The Daytona 500. They had the Twins last night. The NBA All-Star Game. It's USA against the world. They're changing the format again. And what about the Winter Olympics in Italy as they continue moving into the weekend? So what will you be more interested in watching on Sunday? The Daytona 500, the NBA All-Star Game, or the Winter Olympics? So let me get into some of these responses. Here's Jennings on X. Dave, my buddy and I get together to watch every year And this year, we're doing it at Dave & Buster's in the Barboursville Mall. Yes, I know it's the Huntington Mall, but they've been calling it the Barboursville Mall for nearly 3 decades. Coop, do you call that mall the Barboursville Mall? I do. They've tried to brand it as the Huntington Mall.
Man, I still call the Canal Mall the Canal Mall. Are you kidding me? I never change the names that I call things. No, you're never going to get me to change anything. I mean, there's not even a mall at the Canal Mall anymore, but I call it the Canal Mall.
I'll see a TV ad for like the Huntington Mall. They've had the same theme song forever. And I'll think, well, what about the bar? Wait a minute, they're talking about the same thing. So that is true. Anthony in Clarksburg on X. Dave, I've watched none of the Olympics yet. Why start now? Daytona, man. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Oh, that's funny. Matthew on X. Dave, I'll be watching the Olympics. It's only every 4 years. The all-star games are jokes other than Major League Baseball. I think we're pretty much in agreement to that. Although, I have to say, I kind of like the three-point shooting contest in the NBA All-Star game. That's better than the game half the time.
And it's still recognizable as what the three-point contest used to be when Bird did it and those guys. I mean, they've changed it up a little bit and stuff, but it's recognizable as that. The dunk contest isn't even recognizable anymore. There's like 87 props they bring out there, and nobody's dribbling, and everybody's
Mac McClung isn't in it this year.
I mean, I can't get into that, because to me, what was so great when they used to play. Now it's not like they didn't travel or whatever, but it was like the semblance that they were still playing the sport of basketball during the dunk contest, and now it's not. It's like an aerobatic thing, and all you have to do is dunk the ball. To me, it's more like those guys that used to go on the trampolines, going around and jumping. You would go see them at the halftime show or whatever. The slam dunk competition seems more like that now than guys like getting air and slamming. I don't know. I'm not anywhere near as into as
and for those of you who really aren't into the NBA, they've changed the format of the NBA All-Star game again. So
I don't even understand it. I read it the other day. I don't get it.
There's 3 teams. There's 2 American teams, and then there is 1 all-world team that'll be taking part. So we'll see how that works.
So how does that work? Does somebody get a bye, or is it just a round robin?
I think it is a round robin. Other people who responded to this question of the day: what are you going to watch on Sunday? The Daytona 500, the All-Star Game of the NBA, or the Winter Olympics? Let's see. Daniel in Oakland, he says Daytona, just to see if someone new can win it. Yeah, William Byron going for a three-peat. How about that? Jody Cook says he'll be watching the Olympics. Andy Smith on X. Dave, I'll be watching the Winter Olympics. The NBA All-Star Game is a joke. Is NASCAR really a sport? Let's see. Bananas for WV. Dave, Sunday night is Masterpiece Theater night at our house on PBS. Sorry, no go on your choices. Coop, you haven't watched it. You're not a Game of Thrones person, are you?
I mean...
But you're not watching Night of the Seven
Kingdoms.
Not
yet. It's on my list for stuff to get to.
I'm caught up on it. I actually watched
Wow.
I'm caught up on it. But you know what it is?
For those that don't know, Dave usually watches the first and last episode and then calls it good.
That's true. But here's the thing. The episodes are really short. I mean,
Are they really?
Yeah, Night of the Seven Kingdoms last Sunday night, the episode's only like 38 minutes.
Oh, you got me now, because that's the main thing that I look for when I'm trying to find stuff to catch up on is stuff that's short.
Yes.
And stuff on Netflix, because I can watch it in 1.5 speed.
Let's see. What are you going to be watching on Sunday night? Dave, no longer on the 240. I'll be watching the Robin Hood series on MGM Plus. All right.
Is that a new one?
How about that?
Man, Robin Hood has had more media. I mean, that guy, there's been Robin Hood. And then there's some movie coming out next year. It's like, what if Robin Hood wasn't really Robin Hood?
Yeah, right. That's pretty crazy. 304-813. Dave, if it doesn't get rained out, I'll be watching the Daytona 500 on Sunday. Oh, don't even say that. Don't even say that.
Yeah, don't talk about the Ain Ray.
Don't talk about that. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and wrap it up for the day and the week in a moment.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers, we need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Need a break from the headlines and mindless drivel? Metro News Hotline brings you that much-needed afternoon distraction, but with substance. My decades in journalism, plus a passion for everything from baseball nostalgia to the latest tech trends, mean insights you won't get anywhere else. Coop brings the pop culture know-how and good-natured ribbing, while your calls take things in surprising directions. Tune in for the lively chats that are refreshingly different. Find us from 3 to 6 weekdays on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show. We thank you so much for listening and sending your answer to our question of the day and more. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sportsline is on the other side. My name's Dave Weekley. I'll talk to you Monday beginning at 3:06, right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.